Hello, it's Rachel from Live Long Pilates, and I'm here to do a mat workout with you. We're going to be using a pair of hand weights today. So these are some 2-pound weights. I recommend either 2 pounds or 1-pound weights for our work today. So if you don't have any weights, maybe grab a couple of cans of soup or some heavier water bottles, and we'll get started. So just set the weights aside. And we'll lie down onto the mat on your back, knees bent, feet flat, about hip width apart. Place your hands right on your belly. Take a deep breath in and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Every time you inhale, feel that belly and ribs expand, and then when you exhale, draw that belly away from your shirt. One more time. We'll add pelvic rocking. So take your hands to your pelvis so you can feel your hip bones and your pubic bone. Inhale, tilt that pelvis forward, allowing your back to arch slightly off the mat. Exhale, melt the waistband down, scooping the abdominals. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, melting it down. We'll do that just one more time. So we're feeling the south side and then the north side of our sacrum. And then just allow your pelvis to settle in a spot where it feels released and natural to you. You might have a small space under your low back or no space at all, depending on how your body is built. And we'll take our arms out east to west and just sway our knees side to side, just to feel east side and west side of the sacrum. I just felt my back pop, so it was something I needed. And we'll bring those legs back to center. Place the hands back onto the hips. We'll do our marching. So exhale, feel the ribs, the bottommost ribs sliding down towards those hip bones to feel the front of your core engaging. Exhale, march that right knee up, and then inhale to lower. Exhale to march. Tightening your core to lift the leg. Inhale to slowly lower. You'll notice that I'm not lifting my legs very high. And I'm doing that on purpose because I don't want my leg muscles to do this exercise. I'm pretending, in fact, that my legs have no muscles and that I'm using my core to lift my thigh bone up and lower. So if you think about the legs just being dead weight, as you do your marches, you might feel more abdominal connection here. We'll do that one more time. Let's deepen our core connection. Reach your arms long by your sides. Bring one leg into tabletop and then the other leg into tabletop. Make sure your tabletop, you feel those abs working, but your back still stays in that nice, relaxed position that you found in the pelvic rocking. Some of you might like your knees in closer to your chest, and some of you might be fine with the knees over the hips. I'm going to keep my legs here. Hinge from the thigh bone, lower. Tap the right toes to the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keeping that core tight as you lower, because your back's going to want to pop up, so you have to really engage those low ab muscles to keep from losing that core connection. I'm hinging from my thigh bone to do my toe tap. Watch that you don't just drop from the knee joint. So if you're not feeling a lot of abs, this could be what's happening. So again, it's just hinge, keeping that true 90-degree angle. One more single leg. Let's zip the inner thighs together. Double leg lower. Inhale. So you'll notice with my double leg lower today, I'm not reaching the mat because that's just not where I am today. Double leg is harder than single leg. So if you find yourself maybe lowering half the distance, then you're in good company. I'm shaking. 2 more. Last one. All right, we'll place the feet down. Take those arms out, and again, we'll windshield wiper the knees just to release your back and sacrum. It's a lot of work on those abs. All right, we'll bring the feet back. We'll do some bridging. Make sure that the legs are hip socket distance apart. Often people will set up and their legs will be too wide. So you can pick your head up and just gauge that the legs are within your hip socket instead of outer hip. You want the knees over your ankles. Press down into the feet, peel the pelvis, spine up into your bridge. Hold it there, and then we'll lower down upper back, middle back, lower back, trying to get each vertebrae down. Inhale, exhale, peeling the pelvis and the spine up into that bridge. You're standing into your feet to feel the backs of your legs. And lower down. 1 vertebrae at a time, especially those lowest vertebrae in the sacrum. That's the hardest to get. Lifting up. Hold it here. Now imagine like the heels are trying to hug or slide back towards your butt. You'll notice my feet don't move, but I'm tracking my heels back like I'm trying to drag them on the mat towards my butt. And when I do that, I feel a lot more glutes and hamstrings. So give that a try here. Hugging the heels back towards your butt. And then keep that hug as you lower down. A lot more glutes and hamstrings. Let's do that one more time. Holding it there. Heel hug. And lowering it down. Awesome. Good. Now that our glutes and hamstrings are warmed up, we'll bring our hands behind our head. We'll get our front body engaged. Inhale. Exhale. Curl up. Head is supported in your hands, and the elbows reflect a nice natural curve. So they're not in by your face, and they're not wide and stiff out to the sides. So from here, we're going to curl up an inch higher, and then lower down an inch. These are smaller ab curls. They're more targeted. We're folding from the ribs to curl forward. So you can think about folding from here, the ribs curling you forward, and you're engaging through low abs, middle abs, upper abs into the ribs to curl. We'll do one more. Stay curled up if you can. Bring one leg into tabletop, other leg into tabletop. We'll continue our ab curls. Now our low abs have to work harder because our legs are curled up, or in tabletop, I should say. 3 more. 2, 1. We'll rest the feet down, rest the upper body down, and we'll do a little ab sequence part 2. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl up. Bring the legs into tabletop. We're going to combine a little bit of what we did before. So staying in the ab curl, we'll do our single leg toe taps. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. A lot of work through this core to stay stabilized in that curled up position. We're going to add a little something. We're going to add some rotation. So as the right leg drops down, you're going to twist, bringing the right elbow to the left knee. And then we're going to switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Last set. And rest. Oh, and we'll swish those knees side to side to get a nice release. All right, very good. We'll come up to a seated position. So you can roll up or pick that head up, gazing towards the thighs. Come to the forearms and use those arms to press yourself up to that seated position. We'll extend our legs forward and we'll do some half roll back work and then start incorporating a little bit of work with our hand weights. So again, I have my feet hip width apart, sitting tall in my sitting bones, hands behind my thighs. I'm using that to build my spine nice and tall. The crown of my head is floating to the ceiling and I'm feeling my chest, my collarbone, my shoulders, trying to reach east to west of this room. Inhale, exhale, scoop the abdominals, and let's roll back to where you feel the abs kick in, but the feet stay down on the mat. So you have to actively push them down. And then we'll stack the spine and lift tall. Inhale. Exhale, pushing the feet down into the mat as you roll back. So we're still keeping that leg connection. And then stacking low back, middle back, upper back. Inhale, exhale. One last time. And then inhale, exhale, coming back up. So you're welcome to do this next sequence without any hand weights if the weight is too much. Otherwise, grab your hand weights. You're going to reach them forward, shoulder width, shoulder height. Let's roll back to that shaky place and then come back up. Adding just a little bit of weight is going to change this work on our abdominals. Exhale, come back up. This time we're going to roll back, hold that position. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, press down. Hold your seeker. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Whew. As you raise the arms, you're going to feel a change in the load of the abdominals. Try 2 more. Last one. And come back up. Good. We'll rest the weights down just for a moment. And then let's bring them back up. Turn the palms to face each other. The weights will go vertically. Roll back to that shaky place again. Hold that position, shoulders and hips staying steady. Right arm goes out to the side, hug it in. Same arm. Just the arm and the weight goes out to the side. And hopefully you'll feel that right side firing up to stabilize. Let's do one more. Come back up and we'll roll back. Let's do the other side. Out and then hug it in. Left arm out to the side. Not changing your shoulders or hips as we take it out. I think we've got about 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way up. We'll give that a rest. So this last exercise I'd like to do without the hand weights, so we'll set them aside. And let's reach our arms. They should feel nice and floaty now after all that work. We're going to roll back and let's rotate and twist. Tap the floor behind you and center and tap. 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 Let's inhale to twist. Exhale to come to center. I'm liking the inhale because it feels good on my spine. Let's do 2 more sets. Last set. Oh, come all the way up. Awesome. Let's extend our legs. Glue the inner thighs together. Reach the arms. We're going to roll down with control for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down. Let's do our hundreds. Bring your legs into tabletop. Take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Press those arms as you curl up. Let's pump the arms. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Staying curled up. Pumping from the top of the arm. The back of the shoulder. So you can keep going with the legs in tabletop, or you can progress to extending the legs to the ceiling, staying curled up as you pump. Got 2 more cycles of breathing, so I'm going to lower my legs even more to a challenging angle. Do what works best for you. Last cycle of breathing. And then rest. All right. Let's extend our left leg. We're going to reach our right leg to the ceiling. So holding onto the back of that leg, give it a nice stretch. Let's flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Hold that foot up there. Take your arms down by your sides. We're going to do our single leg circles. So we take that leg across, draw a circle in the air, around and up. Across, around and up. So if this, with the legs straight, is not feeling so great, if you're gripping in your legs, you can bend the supporting leg and do your circles. And even further, you can bend the gesture leg and just think about that thigh bone stirring around the hip socket. Reverse. So you can certainly do these variations if that feels better on your leg. We want to keep our legs, our hips still, and that leg circling freely in the hip socket. I'm going to extend my leg for these last 2. Last one. Give my leg a stretch, and then switch. So, find your position with the single leg circles on this side with the left leg. Again, you can bend the supporting leg. You could bend the gesture leg. I'm going to extend my supporting leg, but bend my gesture leg on my left leg. My left side is my tricky side. I have a clicky hip, and it requires even more concentration through my abs as I circle to keep my hip from gripping. We're all human, right? One more circle. Reverse. Other leg reaching long if it's long in the mat today. 2 more. All right, give it a stretch. And then come up to a seated position. Let's roll like a ball. Place your hands on your shins and hover your feet off of the mat. Alternatively, you can also bring your hands under your thighs if that feels better on your body. I'm going to do my rolling with my hands on the shins. Tiny rock back, and then come to balance. Inhale, tiny rock back, and exhale to balance. One more time. As you do that tiny rock, you feel those abs kick in. All right, let's roll back to the tips of the shoulder blades. Come up, balance. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Nicely done. Place the feet down. Actually, let's straighten our legs. Let's do another controlled roll down. Ready? Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Bring your legs into tabletop. Let's do our ab series. Curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Place both hands on your right shin. Stretch the left leg away. Here's our single leg stretch and switch. Exhale. 2 more sets. Last set. Good. If you can, stay curled up. Otherwise, rest your head down and then come back up. Double leg. We reach arms and legs away. Circle your arms. Hug the shins in. Inhale. Circle. Hug. Inhale. Circle. Hug. My gaze is towards my thighs. My upper body stays curled up as I reach arms and legs away. One more time. Good. Again, you can rest your head down in between these exercises. I'm going to curl up, reach that right leg up, the other leg reaches away. Scissors, give that leg a pull, pull, and then switch. Pull, 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 pull. My legs, I'm making my legs come towards me to meet my hand so that my abs are doing the work and I'm not just pulling off my legs. 2 more sets. Last set. Good. Rest for a moment. We've got 2 more left. These get head support, which is great. So we'll curl up. Bring those hands behind your head. Reach your legs up to the ceiling, heels together, toes apart. Feel free to soften the knees, making a diamond position if the straight leg position is not available to you. We lower 1, 2, 3, and lift. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, lift. Upper body stays curled up. I'll show with the diamond position. Just as effective, we just shorten our lever. Main focus of this exercise is your abdominals. 1 more time. If you can stay curled up, good. You can always rest your head down and then come back up. Crisscross, opposite elbow to opposite knee, and switch. As you're switching, try to keep both sides of your pelvis equally weighted on the mat. 2 more sets. Last set. And then rest your head down. I think this deserves a 2-way stretch, or any stretch that works for you. You can also bring the knees in, drop them to one side or the other side. All right, we're going to come up to a seated position. So you can either press up or bring the hands behind your thighs and rock up or roll up too. You can do that. Let's do our spine stretch forward, and then we'll get into some more hand weight work. So 1 heel in each corner of the mat, arms reaching forward, we lift, exhale, scoot the abdominals. Stack the spine, low back, middle back, upper back. Inhale, exhale. Stack low back, middle back, upper back. Inhale, exhale. like you're lifting up and over an imaginary ball in your lap. Oh, feels so good. And then sitting up tall. All right, let's grab these hand weights. Again, with any of these exercises, if the weights are too much, just don't use them and go through the exercise with the arms, pretending that they're holding the weights. Bring your knuckles together into your sternum. Sit up tall. My legs are glued together with the feet flexed. Inhale. Exhale, scoop as you roll back. Let's hold this position and take your arms out east to west. My elbows are soft, so they're not locked out. Holding this position, bring them back into the sternum and come back up. Inhale, exhale. Arms go out east to west. And then come back in, and we sit up tall. And rolling back. And open. And coming back up. Roll back. Let's see if we can hold this position. We're going to pulse back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them in and come back. Good. So let's bring the weights to the mat, and I want you to round over your legs, just like your spine stretch forward. Sweep the arms behind you with those hand weights. Let's pump them up to the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring them to the mat and sit up tall. Round over. Sweep the arms behind you. Pump to the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then bring them back to the mat. Feel free to stick with the pumps, or can we bring them up and try to circle them up and over and around? And then come up. Round. Arms go behind you. Circle them up and over. And then come back up. Try that one more time. And up. All right, we're going to bring those two exercises together. So we're going to roll back. Arms east to west. Flip your palms back. Dive forward as you reach those arms behind you. That's where we were pumping, right? Circle them up and over. And then we come back up. Inhale, exhale, scoop. Arms east to west. Flip those palms back, dive forward. Circle those arms over. And sit up tall. One more time. You're doing great. Rolling back. Arms east to west. Flip the palms, dive back. Up and over. And come back up. Whew. All right. Let's keep our feet flexed. We're going to bring our arms in. So our elbows are out, kind of like chicken wings. It's the best way I can describe it. Knuckles facing forward. Reach the hand weights up eye level. Sit taller as you bring them to the mat. Let's take them up, out east to west, and then back into that chicken wing position. Let's reach. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, take them up, out nice and wide, and then in. One more time. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Take them up, out wide, and then in. Good. So a little bit of rowing. Cross your legs. And let's do our hug. We're going to hug like we're hugging a big beach ball in front of us. Or, as I like to say, hugging someone you don't really want to touch. I think we've all been there, so you give yourself a little bit of space. 3 more. 2, 1. Let's switch your cross leg so that it feels a little awkward. Other leg in front. We're going to cross our hand weights, and you're going to bring them to the back of your head. This is called shave, like you're shaving off the back of your head. So you'll pitch forward slightly in your seat if you can. If this is really tight for you, if your hips are tight, you can sit up on a pillow or a bolster, or even roll up the back of your mat. Just a little tip, you can elevate those hips. From here, we're going to lift up and up. My shoulders are staying down as I lift my hand weights to the ceiling. And up. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we'll take those hand weights down. We'll set them to the side. Take the legs just outside of your mat. Let's saw, twist, round. 3, 2, 1. Sit up tall, we twist, trying to keep our legs still. Try to saw off that pinky toe with your pinky finger. Inhale, exhale, reaching a little bit further each time. And up, and saw. One more time, just because it feels so good. And exhale. All right, let's swing our legs around. We'll come onto our stomachs. So we're going to reach those legs long, make a pillow with your hands, and rest your forehead on your hands. So we're going to exhale and lift, head, heart, and hands up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for our baby swan, and inhale, lower. I'm tightening through my core, and I have energy through my legs, reaching to the wall behind me as I lift. Now, I'm going to slide my hands into my swan position. My nose is to the mat. Inhale, hover your hands while keeping your nose to the mat. Exhale, lift your chest up with those hands. Keep the chest lifted as you place the hands on the mat and lift into your swan. And then exhale, lower down. We'll do that again. Inhale, hover just the hands. Exhale, lift using those upper back muscles. Inhale, place the hands to the mat, lift. And exhale, all the way down. We'll try it one more time. Hover the hands. Lift, use those upper back muscles. And we'll place the hands onto the mat. And lift, only coming up as high as it feels okay for you. My height may not be your height. Let's do one more, and we'll add a little variation. Let's reach the arms overhead, and then squeeze the arms back down. So I'm squeezing between my shoulder blades, almost like I'm pulling an imaginary bar towards me. Two more. Last one. And then resting down. All right, let's just pick those knees up, windshield wiper. All right, come up onto your forearms. Single leg kicks, pressing into the forearms here, and then reaching those legs. We'll lift that right leg up, kick your butt twice, and then lower. Other leg lifts, kick, kick, and lower. So while I'm doing this, I'm keeping my upper body engaged. What happens is we tend to start to droop down. So you want to press into those forearms, feeling those muscles between your upper back. Lift, kicking your own butt to feel those glutes and hamstrings. One more set. And kick, kick. All right, let's press back into a counter stretch. So I like child's pose. That's too intense for your knees. You can also do sort of a puppy pose here, where it's just the chest comes down, but your pelvis is lifted up higher. All right, we're gonna come into some all fours work, and we'll need one of your hand weights nearby. Again, if it's too heavy, do it without the hand weight. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, lift your chest. Just a few cat-cows just to get your back a little bit of a release. Chest lifts as you stick that butt out one more time. All right, we're going to find our neutral spine. And actually, before we do that, let's do some tail wags. So go ahead and reach your right leg back. Let's just pump it in the air a couple of times to feel that glute and hamstring. Hold it there. We're going to wag our tail out to the side and look at it, and then wag it the other way. So you have to bend your spine to find your leg. I'm bending my spine from side to side like I'm chasing a really long dinosaur tail. My kids are into dinosaurs, so that's what I'm thinking about here for inspiration. Reach the other leg long, about hip height. Let's do a few pulses just to activate the glute and hamstring. And then again, we're going to wag and wag. All right, so now that our spine is nice and mobilized here, we are going to do a little bit of work with our hand weight. So, holding that all fours position, let's raise the right arm and then lower it down. I'm in neutral spine, pulling the belly in as I raise my arm. Exhale. Two more. It's pretty hard to try to lift it about shoulder height against gravity and with that hand weight. Feel free to stick with just that, or let's extend the opposite leg and then bring it in. So adding a little bit of complexity. Adding this opposite arm leg reach with our weight. Let's do it one more time. Hold it there. Hold that position. Let's lower the toe and the hand weight down and lift. Down and lift. Down and lift. Two more. Last one, we're going to lift. Hold it there if you can. Turn that hand weight so it's vertical. Take that arm out to the side and reach forward. Out. It's a lot of balance, a lot of core work. Good. One more time. Whew. And then we'll rest. Nice work. Who would have thought that 1 pound would have made, or 1 2-pound hand weight would make a lot of work in that all fours position. All right, let's do the other arm. So we're back in that all fours position. Knees are under hips. My right wrist is under my shoulder. Whoop, I'm locking my elbow, so I'm going to unlock it. I have some hyperextended joints, so I'm going to try to keep them so that they're not locked. And my arm is trembling since I unlocked it. Simple things are very effective. Let's lift. When you take the lock out of a joint, it forces the surrounding muscles to work harder rather than relying on the joint. We've got 2 more. Raising that arm so it's parallel to the floor. All right, let's add our opposite leg. Whew. Exhale to reach. Here we go, we're going to reach and hold. Tap to the mat, lift up, tap, up. Two more. Last one. Hold. Turn that weight so it's vertical. Or we're going to hold this position as we take that arm out to the side and forward. Inhale and exhale. Abs are tight. One more. And then let it rest. Woo! Come off those wrists. The extended weight bearing on the wrists can feel difficult at first, but over time, the more you do it, the more strength you're going to build up in the wrists. All right, so we're going to set the hand weights aside. We'll do some side lying legs. So we're going to lie ourselves along the back of the mat. And let's continue our upper body theme here that we've been doing with our hand weights. So I'm going to demonstrate propped up on my forearm. So I lie myself on the back of my mat, my shoulders and my hips, and then pike my heels to the front corner. Now, if this position is too aggressive for you today, you can come down and support your head like this. I'm going to stay curled up or propped up. My elbow is under my shoulder, so watch out that your form, check your form. Feet are flexed. I'm going to bring my other hand behind my head. You can alternatively have it in front for balance. Lift that leg, we're going to lift and lower. So I have to keep pressing into my bottom forearm and imagining like someone is pulling my ribs up. 2 more. Hold it there. Let's circle. And then reverse. Last thing, we do our pendulum. It's harder propped up on the forearm. A lot more opportunity for wobbles. I'm actively pressing my bottom leg down into the mat to stabilize. And back. 1 more. And back. I'm going to hold it back here. Small circles back there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's come down all the way. Straighten out to a straight line. Bring that top knee to the mat. We're going to lift this bottom leg. You can have this hand in front or bring it behind your head. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Check that your core is engaged. 4, 5. Sometimes when we're lying here doing our side lying legs, it's easy to kind of let go through our core connection because we're in this relaxed position. But keep that engagement. All right. So come up to a seated position here. I have my legs in a 90-90 position for mermaid. So we'll take our arm up and we get to stretch out the work that we did when we were propped up on our forearm. And up. 1 more time. A little bit further. And then we can take this hand down and stretch the other way. Okay, let's swing those legs around. Other side. So if you're like me coming up on the forearm, you line yourself up on the back of your mat, pike your heels forward, other hand behind your head or in front of you, and we're going to lift and lower. I'm really reaching my heel away. Abs are engaged. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's hold it there. Circles. Reverse. All right, let's do that pendulum swing. Pressing that bottom leg down into the mat. One more. Hold it back there. Circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Come down. Straighten into a straight line. Bring your top knee to the mat. Check in with that core. We're engaging low abs, middle abs, upper abs, and lower. Four more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Circles. 4, 5. Reverse. 3, 4, 5. All right. Bring yourself up. We're in our 90-90 position. Take this arm up and we stretch over for our mermaid. Come back up. Exhale. And up. One more. And come down. All right. One last exercise to wrap up our class today. We'll do some all fours chest presses. So, again, coming to our all fours position, take your hands so that they are to the outer edges of the mat. We're going to bend our elbows out to the side for a wide chest press down to the mat and push up. We'll do 10 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale to press up. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we have one more round of push-ups. Bring your hands so that they are under the shoulders. We're going to do triceps push-ups. So instead of the elbows going out wide, they're going to point back. So it's helpful for me to think about trying to shave off the sides of my ribs or hugging them close to the ribs. Hopefully that helps you too. You can also think about them bending back towards your thighs. So let's try 10 of these. Keep them hugging and close. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. Are those elbows still pointing back? 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, let's press through the arms to stretch them out. You can sit back into a full child's pose if that is available to you. Again, if you have knee issues, you might want to stay higher up and just press the chest down. And that is our class for today. I hope you enjoyed it and can feel your upper body, all of those muscles through your arms, your shoulders, and your upper back. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.